Good morning all. Hope you all are fine at your home. Welcome back to another session of ICT class. So before moving on to today's session, let me remind you what we have studied in the previous class.
We have discussed about two software. One is Wikimapia software. So in that software, open the map in a browser, for example Google, and add a new place and also view the houses and every details by zooming the map. Secondly, we have discussed about QGIS desktop, which we are going to perform all the activities. So open the map from project menu, open QGIS project, open Panchayat map, and also you have learned about different tools, main important tools in QGIS desktop that are used, and about the layer palette. These are the answers of the homework question which we have given in the previous class session. Check whether your answer is correct.
So in today's class, you will learn about
map reading software called QGIS desktop, and also the learner will recognize us about how to add a new information in the given map.
So shall we start today's class? So let's start with the next activity.
Let's do the next activity in your textbook, activity 6.6. Take page number 81, 82 and 83. Adding new information. Activity 6.6 is adding new information. So open QGIS software by clicking on application, education, QGIS desktop. So we have opened in the previous class itself, we have opened the software and we have opened one Panchayat map. So next activity is how to add new information into this map. For example, the information we have to add is related to well, and that table is given in page number 82. Attribute and values are given. Attributes are ownership, depth, expense, water availability, etc. And well number 1, well number 2 and well number 3. So regarding that wells, we are going to add new information related to that table. So how to add new information to this Panchayat map? So we are going to start this activity. So how to add this attribute? For that, here in the left side we can see so many layers. To this layer we have to add a new layer named well. So how to add a layer? Go to layer option, layer menu, select create layer option. From that take new shape file layer. We need this order: layer, create layer and new shape file layer. So click on this. Here you can see a new window, and in this window one is point and other one is line and the third one is polygon. So which type of symbol we are going to add, we can make use of this three. So for adding well, I need a point. Type will be point. I don't need this line and polygon, so select point itself. And after that, in the new field you can see name. So type the name. I'm going to add the name called well number. Well numbers, because that in that table, in this window we are going to add the headings, main headings, and the details we can add by using another tool. So this layer, create layer and new shape file layer, in this pop-up window we are going to add every headings related to that table. So take page number 82. There you can see some points. I am doing this activity regarding that points. So look at that table. First heading will be well number. Well number. Then after typing the heading, click on add to field list. Click on this heading, add to field list. So that here in the field list you can see well number, and here you can see one type. Well number is text data itself. If you click on here you can see whole number, decimal number or date, but the well number will be text data. Then add next heading, which is ownership. Ownership. It is also a text data. Means Panchayat. In your table you can see ownership will be Panchayat. So add the heading ownership. After that click on add to field list itself. After that add the next heading, which is depth. Depth in meter. And that type will be a number So here in your textbook it is given as whole number, so that we can select whole number. After that click on add to field list. So next heading also got added in this list. Then add next heading, which is expense. As per your textbook, add this heading expense in rupees, RS. Expense in rupees. Then this also we can either select decimal number or select whole number, that according to our wish. After that click on add to field list. So next heading got also added. Then next heading is water availability. Last heading is water availability. Water availability. We can add the names in short form also. So then the type I am going to add decimal number. We can add any number related to our data. Suppose I am adding decimal number. We can choose any type. Okay. Then click on add to field list. So our heading adding is over. So take layer, create new layer. Then from that new shape file layer, take this window, select point. After that in the new field name, add the headings and type. Click on add to field list. So our headings are over. For saving this document, click on OK. After adding this document, click on OK. So that here they will ask where we want to save this project. So in this QGIS project folder itself, give a file name. I am going to add the file name well. Okay, this file name will get appear here in the layer box, layer palette. This corresponding file name will get appear. So that add a suitable file name and click on save option. So that here you can see a new layer got appeared. So in this layer we can right click on this layer. If you select open attribute table, I have already mentioned this tool in the previous class to see every details. So if you click on this open attribute table, you can see every headings related to our table in our textbook. So every headings are there. Next duty is to add all the details in that table. So heading is over. How to add new details or new things we can add by using right click on this layer. After that select toggle editing, or just click on this layer, select this particular tool indicated using a pencil symbol. So click on toggle editing to enter a particular details. So here you can see a toggle editing tool, pencil tool got appeared. After that click on add feature tool, add feature button, so that we can add a particular details related to this well. Suppose I need to enter the first well detail here in this place. So click over here. If you just click on that place, another pop-up window will appear with all the headings. We can add the corresponding numbers. Suppose ID I am going to add 8. Then well number, as per your textbook I am adding well 1. Ownership. Well 1 ownership is Panchayat itself. So add Panchayat. Then depth in meter. For well 1 the depth is 6 meter. Expense is 45,000. 45,000. Then water availability is 1. After adding every details, click on OK. So that here you can see a new point well. Then here you can see the point is very small. If you are wishing to make this point size bigger, you can use another facility. Click on this, right click on the layer well. After that take properties. It is described in page number 83. There you can see one figure 6.10, layer properties window. Above that it is described. So right click on the layer, take properties. From that select style. Here we can change the color. Suppose I am going to change the color to brown. Then click on OK. Then here we can increase the size of that point. increase the size so that the corresponding change you can see here. Increase the size and click on OK. See, this point size got changed. So our first well details are over. If you wish to add a second well detail here in this place, this violet color place, click over here so that again this well feature attribute box will appear. Enter the second ID. I'm going to add another ID or another ID, then well number, well 2. Then ownership. Ownership of well 2 is Panchayat itself. Page number 80, though you can see one table. Enter Panchayat itself. Depth in meter is how many? 15. In your textbook you can see 15. Depth in meter is 15. Expense rupees 88,500. Then water availability 1 itself. Click on OK. So that here second well details is also over. Suppose I want to add third well details here. Again click on this place. So this box will appear. Enter ID well 3. After that ownership. Well 3. Ownership is Panchayat itself. Panchayat. Then depth is 4 meter. Expense is 35,000. Then water availability is 2. After that click on OK. So third well details is also over. So how to change the corresponding what style? Right click on the well details, take properties and change the style of this point. Okay. So entering data is over. After that we can see the table. It has a table. So right click on the layer. For seeing every details, what we have to select? Open attribute table. Click on open attribute table. So here you can see the corresponding well details. See, ID, well number, ownership, depth, expense and water availability. As per our textbook table, we got every details. So we can add any data to the layer palette by clicking on layer option, and to this new layer we can enter the details by using toggle editing tool and add feature tool. Thereby we can add any layers to the map. So this is your question for your exam. They will give what a table. According to that table you can add or you can make a new layer, then you can enter the details by using these two tools. So this is activity 6.6. Open your textbook, page number 82 and 83. It is described very neatly and clearly. So read out that points. As per that points, I have done this activity. So while doing this activity, read out your textbook. And in the page number 83, you can see two boxes. One is markings and other one is attribute. Read out that table. Okay, so this is activity 6.6.
So hope you all have understood about the activities which we have discussed today. So in today's class, you have learned about
activity 6.6 in your textbook, how to add new information in the map. For that, open layer menu, create layer and take new shape file layer and choose the type as point. After that, add the attributes, which means headings in that window. Then we can add or enter the details using toggle editing tool and by using add feature tool to enter the details. After entering the details, we can change the style of that point by right clicking on the new layer. For example, here our layer was well. So right click on that layer well and take properties and then choose the style and change the color and size of that point and click on OK. So thereby we can change the style of that point. So this is activity 6.6 in your textbook. Here is the homework questions for you. So try to find out the answers and write it in your notebook.
So that's all for today. We'll see you in the next class. Write your notes, study well. Thank you and have a nice day.